basically solve all your questions. And when we thought that we will build that app, I was like, how about I teach you how I build that app? How many of you guys want to learn how I can build an app right now, which is going to be called as the Outskill AI Mentor, where you can ask any question that you have about the session that has already happened in the first half, and it will be able to answer like the best teacher in the world. Drop a me in the chat if you want me to build it right in front of you guys right now. Yes, let us do that. Let us do that. So the first thing, that question that might come to your head is, Vaibhav, how will AI know what we attended? Well, you know what? We basically were recording the session for one thing today. And that one thing was that we wanted the transcript of the session. Everything that was spoken in today's session is now captured in this document. How did we get that? Because this is 114 pages of transcript of everything that was spoken in today's first half of the session. The way we got it is that once we got the recording of the session, we just search for video to text converter. And there's a tool called as Happy Scribe, which is a video to text online converter. I just upload the video file and it will give me a PDF like this with everything that was spoken in the session today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this file to AI and I'm going to be like, every time there's a question that anybody asks, find the answer in this document and give that answer. That is how I'm going to build this AI agent. So first, let's write the prompt and then I'll show you how I'll build it. Let's use Gemini Gems because it's free, right? And let us do this. Okay. I'm going to say, you are an expert prompt engineer who has written a bunch of prompts for Gemini Gems. Your job is to come up with an extensive prompt for Outskill AI Mentor. The job of Outskill AI Mentor is to answer questions of our learners. You see, millions of people have taken the mastermind in AI by Outskill, and they have a lot of questions. And there's no way that we can answer all the questions manually. So I want you to write an extensive prompt, which is for the Outskill AI Mentor, whose job is to answer any question of the learner that was part of the session. Now, every time when someone asks you a question, your job is to find the answer of the question from the transcript that I've attached with you. I'm going to attach the transcript of the live sessions. So every time when someone asks you a question, you go into the transcript, find the answer, understand the context of it, and respond back to the learner like you are the best teacher in the world by giving the answer to it. And for whatever reason, if the learner is asking a question that was not part of the session, and you can just tell them that you could not help them because this was probably not covered in the session, and you can recommend them to write us an email to Outskill support. This is the prompt that I want you to write. Did you understand? There you go. I just asked the question. I always ask, did you understand? Because I want to know what AI understood based on what I said. Look at this. It is defining. I completely understand scaling a mastermind to millions of learners is a massive. Building a dedicated Outskill mentor gem is a perfect solution. And you know what? It ended up giving me the whole prompt here as well. Look at that. How awesome is this? I got the whole prompt, but you see one thing. This prompt is not in the markdown formatting. This prompt that it came up with is not in the markdown format. So what can I say? Hey, I saw the prompt. Can you please rewrite the prompt in the markdown formatting so that it retains the format and it works really well? And I'm going to share the example format below. I want you to follow the same formatting for the prompt that you're writing. And also give me the output prompt in a code editor or a code block so that the markdown formatting is retained. This is a very important word, but I'll tell you what it is. Here's the format. I'm going to paste the format. Okay, look at this. Read this line, guys. Give me the output in a code editor or a code block. Okay, you know what? I'm going to remove this line. I'm going to remove this line and I'm just going to send the prompt. You will see what happens. I told what I want. I wanted it in the markdown formatting, right? And I gave the format right here. Now it's going to rewrite the whole prompt for us. Okay. Look at this. It came up with the prompt right now. Okay. You'll see this. It came up with the prompt in the format that we want. But look at this. This word is in bold. Where are the two stars? It was supposed to be between two stars, but it is not there. It just added the hashes, but it could not add the bold ones because when it added the two stars, Gemini automatically bolded it. And when I copy this, I will not get those asterisks. And this is exactly why I say, give me the output in a code editor or a code block so that the markdown formatting is written. When I add a line saying, give me the output in a code block or a code editor, you will see how I'll get the output now. You will see those hashtags, those stars, and everything will be retained. And look at this. Look at this. Now, the hashtags and the stars are retained. Look at this. So if you want those hashtags and stars and the boldness to be retained here, you can see it automatically bolded it. But I want all of that to be there in the raw format. And you see this box that you're seeing? That, my friends, is the code editor or the code block. So remember, if AI ends up giving you an output like this and you're like, where is the hashtags and stars? You just say, give me the output in a code editor or a code block, and it will be able to do that. Understood? Now that we got the prompt, I will simply copy this, click on the sidebar, go to Gemini Gems, click on New Gem, and I just paste the prompt. Call this the AI Mentor Outskill. Okay. And now, you remember this file that we had? We have to attach this file. Okay. As a result, there is something called as knowledge right here. You can see that. I can click on this add button, upload files, and just upload the file that I just downloaded and I showed you. So the file is now attached here. So every time you guys ask a question, AI is going to refer to this document and get back with an answer. Okay. Now I'll click on start chat. Here we are. Funny. Do you want to ask a couple of difficult questions?
Yes. So one of the things that we taught them was how LLMs function, and we taught them the 5 steps. Can we ask you to do a recap of that, of the 5 steps?
Okay. The mentor taught about some 5 steps on how AI, LLMs, and kind of stuff work. Can you explain me what those 5 steps are? Because I could not understand it. There you go. I just entered a question in a way that, anyone would just ask, right? So look at that. I just put the question. It says, great question. It's absolutely essential to understand the science behind these complex models. In our session, Raghuveer broke down the complex workflows LLMs into 5 distinguishable steps. Step 1, tokenization. Step 2, embedding. Step 3, self-attention. Step 4, prediction. And step 5, response generation. And it also
Absolutely.
says, would you like me to explain magic prompt formula we used in the session to get even better results from the above 5 steps? You see, it is acting like the best teacher in the world. But yeah, funny, I'm pretty sure that's the right answer. But
Yes, it is.
you can
It
ask me a
is.
couple of more questions.
We taught them a tool for data analysis. Would it be able
Hmm.
to tell the name of the tool?
There was a tool that the mentor taught for analyzing data. Can you tell me the name of the tool and how I can use it in my daily life? Because I'm a chartered accountant. And I want to know how I can use this tool on my everyday life. Because a lot of people, funny, also ask this question: can I use this tool? How can I
Yeah.
use this tool? So I'm putting that on the mentor. Let's see if it's able to come up with the answer. Okay, first it is identifying the tool. Let's see if it's able to come up with. The tool that was used was Numerous AI.
Yes.
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 For Google Sheets and Microsoft, how Numerous work and how you can use that as a chartered accountant. Automated data classifications, extracting insights from remarks, bulk communication, sentiment analysis, and here it comes.
Insane. Insane.
Okay, I'll ask a question now. Can you give me a table of all the tools that were covered with one line explanation of what they were. Funny, is it recording of today or is this recording of the last week?
This is from the previous session, Vaibhav.
Okay, the Mastermind AI Toolkit, and here it
हाँ, कर
comes. All the tools and also the URLs, by the way,
Yes.
all right here. You see how it picked up as Fort AI instead of Fort AI
Yeah.
because it uses the transcript, but that's okay. Yeah. So, folks, what do you think of this? Is this insane? Drop a comment, which is the Outskill AI mentor, right? Which is similar to Gemini Gem, but has a much more beautiful UI. And I can say, what is magic prompt formula? And it will be able to answer that question, but in a much better UI. You can see it is loading right here. It's a beautiful
मेरा
branding.
तो हो
It
गया
says Outskill AI Mentor. How can Outskill help today? And everything around it. And here it comes. Look at this. The magic prompt formula beautifully explained right here. So this is a tool that we will be sharing with you guys so that you can use this on the go, right? So that you can go about using this. How many of you guys want to actually learn how to build a tool like this? How many of you guys want to actually learn how to build a tool like this? How to build this beautiful UI, how to build this result. I use this incredibly powerful tool called as Lizer AI. Okay. I just simply log in, go to the agent studio right here. And once I go, all I can do is click on this agent button right here. I tap on this and I drop into this UI. Now, if you see this, while it might look very, very complex, it is very similar to what we have built already. That is, it needs an agent name. Let's say I'll call the Outskill AI Mentor. It needs a description. I added a description. It is asking me to select which AI model do I want. Let's say I want to use the Google, let's say 3.1 flash light preview, which is a very, very fast model, by the way. I'm using the Google model. Now it's asking me to enter the prompt. Instead of one box, what this tool does is it has role, goal, and instructions, three different things. So what do? We already have the prompt, right? So I'm going to just go here, click on edit because we already have the prompt. I'm just going to copy and paste it inside. There you go. The role is right here. I'm going to copy this role, come back and paste the role, right? And then it is asking me for objective. So I'm just going to copy the objective, come here. I mean, objective or goal. I'm going to paste it. And then comes the final part, which is the most of the prompts. I'm just going to copy the whole thing, come here and paste it in agent instructions. That's it. Pretty straightforward stuff, right? I just pasted the same prompt in a different tool. Now, knowledge base, we have to upload the PDF if you remember. I can just turn it on and I can create a new knowledge base and upload a PDF. Instead, I'm going to select the one that I've already uploaded, which is right here, which is slightly old one, but that's okay. I've uploaded it and I click on the save button. That's it, guys. I'll simply click on create. And you know what? The agent is now created. I can test it saying, what is prompting? I just ask a question, and here comes what prompting is. And it says, Funny Krishna mentioned the session, or blah, 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 everything, all the good stuff here as well. Here it comes, the backend kind of works. Now, you'll be like, this is the backend of the tool. You want to build this beautiful UI. That is what you want to build. So how do we build this beautiful UI? Well, it's very simple. I come back to Replit, okay? And here, I just tell Replit what I want to build. I can say something like this. I want to build the Outskill AI Mentor app. It's like a chatbot which is similar to ChatGPT or Claude, where there are people which is designed for Outskill learners only. These are for people who attended the AI Mastermind of Outskill, where people can ask questions, right, about what they have learned, and your job is to answer the question back of the learner. So build this beautiful looking UI in black and neon green colors, use glass morphism and new design languages for this, and make it look extremely premium. That is the UI of this. On the back end, I want you to power it using the Lizer AI agent. I'm going to give you the Lizer AI agent code for you to integrate it. You integrate that and power the backend with it. There you go. I've put that information. And now I just have to go to Lizer Agent Studio. I have to integrate this. Now it might sound very complex, but it is not. I simply click on two buttons. I click on this agent API, button number 1, and button number 2 is inference. There is a bunch of code that is written. I just copy this. Okay. Come back to Replit and I say, here is the Lizer agent code. And I just paste the code. That's it. Click on send. Guys, that is all I have to do. I just said build a beautiful UI, make it black and neon green, which is UI of ours. And then I just said execute this and build this app for me. And look at this. It has started the work. And you know what? In just some time, it will end up building the whole app for us, where we build the backend on Lizer to give it the power of AI, and Replit is building the user interface or how it's going to look like for us right now. And you have to give it 10-15 minutes for it to build it. And once the 10-15 minutes are over, it's going to take about 10 minutes to build this. Once the 10 minutes is done, it's going to show that it is done. It's going to build it, it's going to test it, and then it's going to say it is ready right now. And as it is building this, what we're going to do is, it's been 90 minutes since I've been speaking. So I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. Okay. But as it's building, I don't want to sit. I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. After I come back, I'm going to teach you how to convert this into an AI agent which you can talk to. Today, we built an app where you can type and you can get an answer. What if I teach you how to build an AI agent which you can talk to with your voice and it will talk back to you with the answer? How many of you guys want to learn something like that? Drop in a heart. A voice agent where I can talk to it and can talk back to me, clearing all my doubts. That is what I'm going to teach you once I come back from the break. And finally, we will end the session by showing you everything about how I work using AI every single day as an AI generalist or an AI orchestrator. With that being said, that is what I'm going to cover once I come back. But you know what? This is a break for me, not for you guys. Because Funny has something very interesting to share with all of you people. He has something very interesting to teach all of you people. Okay? Because he's found a nice little hack. But Funny, last time you took longer. So today you
I will
only
wrap
have
it up
8
in
minutes.
yes, yes.
Okay,
Folks,
awesome. Over to you. Let me take a break and come back.
perfect. Folks, quickly tell me on the chat how many of you would like to learn how you can build presentations using AI? Perfectly curated presentations using AI. Drop in a me if that is you. If you're somebody who creates a lot of presentations in your office or for your college presentations and you would like to get AI to do that, that is what I'm here to teach all of you in the next 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I've done a little bit of background research already. And what I want you to think of is, before we get into this workflow itself, what I want you to think of is, how is it that you would actually go about building a presentation if you were to do it without AI? You would first go ahead and jot down the topics on which you want to go ahead and build the presentation. Then you would go ahead and do research so that you understand what is the content that can go onto the slides. Once you do all of the research, you break that content down for your slides, and then comes the design step finally. We are going to offload this entire workflow to AI. And that is exactly what I'm going to show to all of you right now. Because this entire workflow takes some time, I've done a little bit of it already. And what is it that I've done? Firstly, I wanted to do research about the topic that I wanted to build a presentation for. And what is the topic that I chose here? Like I told you today in the morning, we are having a very ambitious vision of getting to 100 million plus people globally. And I have been given this task of doing research in the LATAM regions, of how education works in the LATAM regions, what are the different AI courses that are currently available, and if Outskill was to launch itself in the LATAM region, what are the things that we should be careful about? Now, to do the research, I didn't have to do it manually at all. I came to ChatGPT, I gave it a prompt in the markdown, in the magic prompt formula itself, right? I gave it a role of an expert management consultant who can do extensive research on any topic using the best frameworks that it knows of. And inside of ChatGPT, I went ahead and turned on deep research option. And as you can see, it did the research and it took about 9 minutes. Hence, I did this before I actually came in so that I can save that time. But as you can see, it did research for 9 entire minutes and gave me this extensive document about how things are going in the LATAM region, primarily Brazil, Mexico, and other Spanish speaking markets. What is the competitive landscape looking like? What are the current offerings that Outskill has, and what are the changes that we need to make to be able to launch ourselves in the LATAM region? It also went ahead and gave me GTM strategy and recommendations in terms of how can we go about launching ourselves. Now, parallelly, I ran the same prompt on Perplexity as well, using the deep research model inside of Perplexity that we learned about today in the morning. And Perplexity did all the analysis, all the research, and gave me this executive summary as well. Then what I did, I came back to ChatGPT and I gave all of the research from Perplexity to ChatGPT, and I asked it, break this down into 12 to 15 slides so that I can take care of the design completely. And what ChatGPT then ended up doing, of course, there is a little bit of refinement that I ended up doing here. I said, once it gave me the entire entire content for the slides, I slightly gaslit it. I said, you could do it better. Give me an even sharper one. And it went ahead and gave me the content for every slide. Did you all understand the workflow that I followed to go from research to content for my slides? Give me a thumbs up if you have understood the entire workflow to go from research, deep research rather, and convert all of that into content for our slides. And here you go. You can see the title slide, Outskill LATAM Expansion, becoming the default AI upskilling brand in Latin America. What is the opportunity? The core insight, why Outskill can win, where to start, not one market, but clusters, Brazil and Spanish LATAM. Market reality, what actually wins in LATAM. And all of that is something that ChatGPT was able to go ahead and give me. And now I'm going to go ahead and convert all of this into beautiful looking slides with just a few clicks. What I'm going to do is I will just go ahead and copy this entire response from ChatGPT. And I come into this incredible tool. I will reveal the name of this tool very, very quickly. But this is what the interface looks like. And you can actually see the link of it right here, but I will share the link very soon so that we don't end up crashing this, right? All that I need to do inside this tool is go ahead and paste all of the content from ChatGPT that I have got copied, right? The content for each of the slides. And then I can go ahead and give it a prompt. Hey, I want you to go ahead and design all of these slides for me. I've gone ahead and pasted the content that needs to go into every slide. Make sure you're using premium design so that it looks very professional as I go ahead and show it to my founder, and make sure you're using black and neon green colors all throughout because those are the brand colors of Outskill. I give the prompt to this incredible PPT generation tool, and here the beauty is that I can choose between multiple different AI models here as well. So for this purpose, I'm choosing the Claude Opus 4.6 model, and I am currently on the pro version because this tool is just incredible, but there is a free version to this tool as well that is available that you can go ahead and check out. But let me go ahead and hit enter. And the beauty of this is this does not directly go into designing the whole presentation, right? It starts thinking first. And once it starts thinking, it generates the entire storyline in a way that it looks good on the slides once we have the final output. So it's a tool that thinks only and only to make your presentations better, and then designs the complete presentation as well. So I have all of the slides and the content here. I can quickly go through it. And once I've gone through it, I can simply click on generate slides. There you go. And once I click on generate slides, it is now going to get the design right. And I have started calling this the Apple of creating presentations as of today, which is why I'm using the pro version of it, because otherwise I was running out of tokens. go into the edit option, go into the editor mode and show it to you inside the editor mode. Look at this. All that I did was just speak to the AI models, do a couple of taps here and there, and my entire presentation is ready. You can see it. It's right here. I can go ahead and change the theme as well if I want to. Outskill LATAM expansion. Large market, massive skill gap, poor execution by current players. What is the edtech space in LATAM looking like? Where are we currently and where is the AI learning wave taking us? What is being projected for the next few years as well? The demand is real, but the supply is weak. Percent of LATAM employers say they need to upskill their workforce, but can't find the right programs. We already solved the hardest problem.